Is there no replacement for displacements?
Mm-hmm.
This is a great question. It's a interesting topic to wax philosophically about. We see this concept play out in more than just automotive. Well, you hear about women's opinions about the size and displacement of certain body parts. In the speaker world, we have the same idea that, is it better to have a big cone that doesn't have to move as far, or is it okay to have a smaller cone that moves more, that creates the same amount of air volume movement? So no, I mean, if you're just talking about simple, easy horsepower, displacement is probably the best way to get it. But there's compromises, right? So can you make the same amount of power as a 6-liter engine with a 2.5-liter turbo engine? Yes. A 6-liter engine, say a V8, it's going to be a big engine. It's going to be big and heavy, and there's going to be it's going to take up a lot of room. So that's your compromise. Low stressed, easy power, big. On the other hand, you have your 4-cylinder turbo that also makes the same amount of power, smaller, more compact, lighter, much more highly stressed, per unit of volume, more complexity, a turbo system, you have a boost control system, you have additional cooling, intercooling, and other components. So I think when people say that, they're talking about comparing a big block V8 with a turbo 4-cylinder, and the turbo 4-cylinder has got high intake temps and it's highly stressed and it melted a piston or something. And so that's why when people say that, they're like, I'll take the displacement over the additional complexity. But it's clear that that's less and less true, because as auto manufacturers grapple with things like weight and emissions and cost, they're going to smaller turbocharged and supercharged motors more and more.
Yeah, that effectively gives you a variable displacement where you can have the the turbo offline essentially, and you've got a little 1.8 or 2-liter motor, but then it is able to compound that and give you a ton more power.
Yeah. So you have to choose your weapon. It's like, do you want to go to battle with a handgun or a rifle? And there's advantages and disadvantages to both. So whatever you choose is okay. You just have to be okay with the compromises that you're making. And this is what we talk about all the time is compromises. It's a basic engineering reality that's dictated by physics, is that there's no free lunch and you have to always accept a compromise. Maybe sometimes you can optimize it. The compromise you accept is more suitable to the results you're seeking.